Hi, it's Marti at stampwithmarti.com. So glad you joined me tonight. I wanted to show you a little bit about how to use the creped filter paper to make flowers, like the one I did with the card that I showed you yesterday. This pretty blue flower was done with the creped filter paper, and the paper comes in a package of 4 sheets that are this size, and they are about 6 by 12 and 8 of the 6-inch diameter circles, so you can get quite a few flowers and fun projects out of one package. The fun thing about using the creped filter paper is the fact that you can color the paper so easily. And one of the tricks to using it is to be sure to put a piece of scrap paper, either printer paper, typewriter paper, or what I've done is just use some of the grid paper that I have left over for scratch paper, and just slip that behind it, and then it's so easy to punch out your shape. And what I do is discard the filter paper. I'm sorry, discard the grid paper, but I keep the filter paper, obviously. But the paper is kind of like tissue, and it's fairly strong, so it's easy to work with. The fun thing about it is, of course, that you can color it to match any project that you're working on. And what I did, one of the things I did to color the flowers that I made yesterday was to spray them with the Stampin' Spritzer, and I filled this bottle with 70% alcohol, and then I added 4 drops of persimmon petal re-inker to my bottle. If you wanted a stronger color, just add a few more drops. If you don't want to use alcohol, water works great. The only reason to add the alcohol is to get it to dry faster, and you can use a mixture of the two. I am pretty sure that 70% is the percentage that you want rather than the 90. Make sure you have your little spray pointed in the right direction, give it a good shake, and then just squirt, and you can color your flower quite easily. Then set it aside and let it dry, and since we're using alcohol, that won't take very long. Now the second thing I wanted to show you can do with it is to make some accents with it. If you wanted to, you can use the aqua painter, and make sure that your tip is wet but not too wet. Squeeze your classic pad, and I'm using Melon Mambo for this, and you have a good layer of bright pink on the inside of the lid. Just pick that up with your aqua painter and give your flower a few accents around the edge. It looks quite strong here as we do this, but you will see after it dries that it's not nearly that strong, and it gives it some fun accents. You can go about just about as much as you want. You can add more, keep going around the edge, and I added a few accents to the center, and then set it aside to dry. And here's what I had when I was done. I layered this with 3 from the Blossom Punch and 2 from the new Pansy Punch, which I just love. And it's so easy to work with if you have a paper piercer and the pad. All you have to do is poke a hole in the center, add the brad, and you've got a great flower. You can also scrunch it all up, give it some character, or you can leave it flat like that. I think that's really quite pretty. And another fun way to do the stamp is to do the punching is to use say a scallop punch, so you can get a pretty flower shape. Again, I've put my scrap paper behind, so I have this cute little scallop take a sponge, a Stampin' Sponge. I cut mine into quarters so that it's easy to work with. And you just sponge around until you have the intensity of color that you like. And it would be fun also to put this cute little stencil on a card and make another project with that. So now you see that's a little bit of a different look and texture to that flower. What I did here was to take 4 of the 7/8 inch scallops, and then I used 1 1/4 inch scallop around the edge. All of them have been sponged, and to create this look I just take the flower and kind of scrunch it in the middle and then scrunch it again, like fold it kind of in on top of itself, and then I will put it on this scallop to give it a good backdrop, and I'm going to use hot glue to do that, and then add this to the center, and I have another great looking little flower. I think I mentioned already, but let me just say again, you can use the creped filter paper with the dies and the framelits. This is the Hearts of Flutter framelit. Worked great to make that little heart. Beautiful Butterflies die did this, but in order to get them to cut out cleanly, I did use a piece of scratch paper along with the creped filter paper. I think it's a fun project. I hope you really get some of this and have fun trying it, and I hope to see you on my next video.